Okay, so now we are at the guitar solo for this song, and I'm going to say firstly, before I try to teach this, is that a lot of these phrases, especially some of the faster ones, Gary Moore likes to play through timings. He doesn't necessarily follow, 16th notes or 8th note beats. He'll play a little phrase where he'll slightly speed up during it, just it's more of a feel thing that you'll kind of have to really listen to how he's playing it if you want to get the same type of feel. It's not something you can really teach that easily. I'd be here, all day if I had to. So it's not going to be easy for that, but I will teach you the notes and how I'll try and give you the basic timing sort of things going on. Okay, with everything said and done, let's get to the actual notes here. We had the lead-in phrase that sounded like this, which we went through last video, but the actual solo starts like this. Okay, that note actually holds on. What are these notes? Basically 7th fret on the D, and then the 7th fret on the G, bent up, almost a full tone. Okay, then cut off at the top. So again, 7-5 on the G there. Then 7 frets on the G, cut off, like that. And then we go. Okay, that's 5th fret on the B, and then 7th fret on the D here. Hold that, and after that we go. Okay, but we cut that, we kind of don't let that note ring as long the second time. We kind of slide down. Just like that, okay? So, altogether we have. Okay. Hope you got that. So the next phrase we have here. Okay. Firstly, that's 5-7 on the high E. Cut that second note off, that's one of the little details here. And then we bend up semitone on the 7th fret of the high E. Then we play that 7th fret on its own. Then we go, which is 5 on the high E and then the B. And then we go. Okay, we bend up the 8th fret here on the B string and then add some vibrato after we've held it for a little bit. Okay? Sorry. So again, when we go here, you can cut that second note off there. So. Okay? So the next phrase we have here. Okay, again this phrase kind of plays through the beat a little bit as well. So we have, okay, I kind of rake into that first note. Okay, maybe just using the B to rake into it. I mute it with my first finger. So I'm playing the 5th fret with my first finger on the high E, but also that finger's touching a dead note here. Also using my palm to slightly mute this. Then we go. Okay, get that little reiki sound. When I go, okay, which is 5, 7, 8, 7. Then it's, which is kind of that ghost hammer-on, Irishy hammer-on thing that we do with, with Irish Gary Moore a lot. So it's hammer on from the 5th to the 7th, and then pull off to the 5th, and then play the 8th fret of the B. So that's the first little phrase of that section there. So the next phrase here, okay, and we're going to start off by going, which is 5th fret on the high E, then the 8th fret pulled off to the 5th fret on the B, and then we're going to go, which is 7th fret on the G, bent up a tone, and then we play the 5th fret on the B and the high E, and then again we do this 8th fret on the B, pull off to the 5th fret. Oh, sorry. So that's that little phrase there. Then it leads into. Okay. So what is that? It's 8th fret on the G, slide down to the 7th, pulled off to the 5th, and then play the 7th fret on the D. Okay, and then we bar our 3rd finger, and then play the 7th fret on the G, and then play the 5th fret. Then we end it with this, which is 7th fret on the D and then the A. Then play the 5th fret, hold it, a little bit of vibrato, then hammer onto the 7th fret. Okay? So slowly the whole phrase. Okay, even slower, let's do it again. Okay, so the next phrase here, the classic Gary Moore playing quickly through the timing. So I'll have to teach the notes and then see if you can just pick up on the vibe here. So it's kind of okay, slowly. Okay, let's get to this. So we start off here, which is basically 10-13 on the B and then 10-12 on the high A. Then we have, which is 10 hammer on the 12, pull off the 10 on the high A, then play the 13th fret on the B. Okay. So the next time we have this phrase here, okay, which is 10 on the high E, 13 pulled off to 10th on the B. Okay, so far we have. Then we have, which is 13 slide to 12 on the G, pull off to the 10th, and then play the 12th on the D. Okay? And then we have, so, which is 12 on the G, 12 on the D. Okay? We got this so far? Then we have this. Okay? Which is 10 hammer on to 12 on the G, play the 10th fret on the B, and then 12 pull off the 10 on the G, and then we want to do the same here on the D, okay? Basically it's next part here. Okay, so that's 12th fret on the A, slide to the 10th, pull off to the 8th, and then play the 12th fret on the low E, and then it goes after that 8 on the A, and then 10th fret on the E again. So okay, it's kind of hard to keep up, I know, with all these notes going everywhere. So we have that okay. That's where we are so far. Now we have the ascending section, which goes okay, on the A that's 8, slide to the 10th, hammer on to the 12th, and then 10 hammer on to the 12th on the D, okay. And then we have this part here, you can hammer this on, it's basically 9, 10, 12 on the G, okay. Then I pick these last 7 notes, we then go, the last note you can slide into actually, so like a, okay, those notes anyway, they are 10, 12, 13 on the B, and then the high E, okay? And you can slide into that 15th fret after that on the high E, okay? Then bend up on that note, then apply some vibrato. Okay, all together that ascending section. Okay? So that is that little bit there. Hopefully you've got it. After that high bit there, we then have this phrase here. Okay? So what is that? It's basically 15, 12 on the high A, and then I bend kind of gradually on the 15th fret of the B. Okay? Then back to the high E on the 12th fret. But then we go down to the 14th fret of the G right after that, okay? Okay? Then a little quick blues curl here, like a slight bend. Quick note on the 13th fret of the B. Okay? Then we have here, this final phrase. Okay? Which is, firstly it's like a minor arpeggio, like a D minor arpeggio. And it's, what is it? 19 on the G, 18 on the B, 17 on the high E. And then we go, then it goes 20 on the high E, and then 22, and then, okay, then a high bend there, full tone on the 22nd fret, and then it's, okay, a little bend there, another bend up and down on the 22nd fret, and then pull off to that 20th fret. And at the end we hammer on from the 20th fret to the 22nd. Okay? So we bend twice on the 22nd fret there. And then the second time that we bend up, we actually release the bend, and then pull off to the 20th fret, okay? And then hammer on from the 20th to the 22nd. And that's kind of how it ends. Okay? Again, sometimes these high notes don't come out. The frets are so small sometimes, but you know. Sometimes you get a bit of, you're touching the other strings, so you kind of use your palm here and there to mute the B string. You know, get those little hammers on, coming out better. But you'll find occasionally, you know, some of the notes might cut out a little quicker than you want. It just happens when you play right up here sometimes, you know. If you don't have too much gain going on. We have a little bit here, but not a great ton. But yeah, that's basically the solo there. If you want me to go over any particular phrase specifically with timings, then fine. But it's that faster phrase is the difficult one because it's just how he plays it. He kind of, you know, speeds up and then slows down a little bit when he goes up, and it's kind of, you know, one of those. So I'm going to put the plectrum in the strings, and we're going to say, I don't know what we're going to say. Goodbye to this lesson for this song. Hope you enjoyed it anyway. I'll see you next time.